friends, good evening. I extend my pranams to Ascended Master Mahavatar Babaji, my pranams to Great Grandmaster Brahmarishi Pidamaga Dr. Batriji, my pranams to Great Grandmaster, Founder Mahavatar Foundation, Dr. Guruji, Dr. Ranganathan Sir, my pranams to all masters and friends, my pranams to the universe. Friends, today I'm going to speak about the Vaakshetram. First, let me give a brief outlet of the Vaakshetram. Vaakshetram, in the nutshell, the result is it gives from truth arises silence. From truth arises silence. From silence arises peace. From peace arises the realization. So, to live by truth, to speak by heart, from heart, to act in the harmony, and to rest in the eternal silence of the self. This is the essence of the Vaakshetram. So, basically, every aspect of human lives operates from three fundamental fields, which are a field of thought, field of speech, and a field of action. That is Manokshetra, Vaakshetra, Karmashetra. Human life is a harmonious interplay of thought, word, and deed. So three forces spreads each human and shape the collective human world. They are the domain of thought, the realm of speech, and the dynamic field of action. So these, the domain of thought, realm of speech, and dynamic field of action forms the complete landscape of the human existence. So no happiness without understanding high, that is the self-knowledge. So arises the question, who am I? So Jesus has said, you yourselves know the man. Whereas Magan Buddha has said, to know oneself is to know the truth of I. So I flows through thought, speech, and action. So we should explore one's thought, one's words, and one's deeds. To live in harmony with oneself is to live in harmony with the universe, that is all existence. One who is restless within himself can never find peace anywhere in the world. So knowing oneself means understanding the totality of one's life, one's mind, one's speech, one's action. So mind is a collection of our thoughts, words, and action, whereas speech is a collection of our words. Karma is the collection of action. Friends, in this topic, I will cover the following as briefly. The field of perception. Number one, field of perception. Number two is a field of speech. Number three is a field of action. And then I will speak of the harmony, the alignment of three fields. That is a thought, speech, and action. And I will speak of the cause of suffering. That is the division within itself. And then we will go to the purification of thought, purification of speech, and purification of action. So first we will speak of the field of perception, that is the world of thought. This is the realm of thought. The field of perception is the domain of the mind where imagination, ideas arise. We dwell in consciousness or unconsciousness for much of our lives. So our thoughts are countless and ever-changing. They move freely like birds soaring through the open sky, limitless, unhindered, unbound. In this vast mental space, there are no physical barriers. One moment, our mind may wander to Delhi, the next to the Ramayana, and the next to the worlds beyond our understanding. So in the thought of world, there is no law of right or wrong or judgment, and no court. Thoughts are free to arise to everyone and dissolve. So thoughts they are not subject to worldly punishment or reward. Each person is a king or queen in the field of thoughts. So in this thought world, there is no law of right or wrong, no judgment and no court. So each person has his own rights to thoughts, their own thoughts, their own inner world. In this dimension, we are creators, shaping endless realities within the canvas of our minds. There is neither order nor disorder, neither justice nor injustice, no fixed dualities of good or bad. Therefore, no one has the right to judge another's thoughts. Each person is unique by their own nature. So freedom of thought is absolute. Anyone can think whatever they think. whatever they thought. So Bhagavad Gita tells, do as you wish. So in the world of thought, the statement finds its purest meaning. Nothing here can be forbidden or forced. No thought is inappropriate or no thought is wrong. So each one rules his own mental kingdom. Each thought arises from their own consciousness. In the world of thought, we are free creators. So next, we will see the absolute freedom of thought. In the realm of thought, no punishment is given to anyone. No police can arrest a thought. No court can summon for inquiry. No law can pass judgment upon. World of thought is beyond worldly law. So they are dimension of pure freedom. By thought, we may commit crimes due to which no fault is enforced by the society. Thoughts are not deed. Example, bird can fly free, unrestricted, joyously. But if they are put in a cage, their freedom vanishes. So, thus, in the nature of Manoshatra, the field of thought, it is the freest dimension of human existence. No one can rule over another thoughts. No one can restrain, imprison, or control the mind or of another. Thought belongs to the material world on the consciousness. The field of speech is the bridge between the inner and outer world. The field of thought is subtle and boundless within it. Next, we are seeing the field of speech. The field of thought is subtle and boundless. Within it, absolute freedom reigns. No one can govern, judge, or restrain it. But the moment a thought transforms into speech, everything changes. Speech is between silence and sound, between the unseen and seen. World of thought has no resistance. But whereas in the world of speech, resistance begins. Words carry energy. They create vibration and influence the field around us. So the freedom diminishes slightly when we move from thinking to speaking. Thought is internal and invisible. Speech is external and audible. The moment we speak, we engage in the world, and the world begins to respond to it. So next, the power and sanctity of speech. When we enter the speech, we also enter the field of responsibility. So, when thought becomes a word, the world listens and it reacts and responds. So, we should use speech with awareness, reverence. Words are not mere sounds; they are vibrations of energy. A word can heal or it can wound. It can build bridges between hearts or erect walls of division. Thought remains confined within us, but speech travels outward, shaping reality. Once a word is spoken, it cannot be recalled. Its vibration continues to resonate through subtle planes of existence. Somewhere in the vastness of creation, the echo of every word remains. So we should speak with awareness, reverence. Careless word can destroy a friendship, a family, or even a nation, whereas kind word can restore faith, bring peace, and awakens the love. Therefore, speech is sacred, speech is divine. So, ancient sage declared speech is Brahman. So, when we speak with awareness and purity, our words become rhythm, they uplift and align and heal. When we speak with carelessly, we create disturbances. Therefore, art of right speech is the art of harmony itself. So, to speak truthfully, lovingly, and consciously is to cooperate with the creation and to participate in the divine symphony of the universe. Next, we will see of the field of action, the Karma Kshetra. When words shown through body, they become behavior, that is action. This is the third dimension of human life. This is the field of action, which is Karma Kshetra. In dream of thought, freedom is absolute. Whereas in dream of speech, it is partial. Freedom is partial. Whereas in the realm of action, freedom becomes bound by the law of cause and effect. So every action acts as a sets a chain of reaction. Every deed gives a result. This is the law of karma. So we can tell the Newton's law, third law. Yeah, for every reaction, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So actions should be performed very carefully. In the field of action, nature operates with mathematical precision. Touch fire and it burns. Sow seeds of kindness and love will return. So we have to inflict harm and pain will circle back. Thus, awareness in the action is the highest form of discipline. To act consciously with wisdom and compassion is to align oneself with the divine art of the universe. Next, we will see the alignment or harmony of the three fields. That is which is called the path of dharma. Thought, speech, action must exist in harmony. So if these are aligned, we see peace. This is the essence of integrity. This is the expression of truth. This is the foundation of dharma, that is right living. When thoughts are pure, words become truthful. When words are truthful, action becomes righteous. Such a person lives in serenity within and also radiates harmony wherever they go. This alignment of thought, speech, action is the true basis of spiritual evolution. So we discover self-realization. Next, we will see the causes of suffering. The causes of suffering is a division is a within the self, division within the self. When thought, speech, action lose, when they are not aligned, when they are in loose harmony, we suffer. That is, if we think one way but speak differently, we deceive ourselves. If we speak one thing but act otherwise, we deceive others. So I will repeat, if we think one way but speak differently, we deceive ourselves. If we speak one thing but act otherwise, we deceive others. This breeds conflict, which erodes peace within, which is the birthplace of hypocrisy and true cause of the human misery. So, outwardly, one may seem successful, respected, or powerful, but if the inner world is fragmented, the heart remains restless. No external comfort can replace the serenity that comes from the inner unity. Therefore, harmony among thought, word, and deed is not merely a moral teaching, it is a psychological truth and a spiritual necessity. So, when the three fields act in unison, can peace, joy, and wholeness blossom within. So, how to bring out the thought, speech, action in alignment? That is, we have to purify our thought. That is called manosuddhi. Then we have to purify our speech. That is called vaksuddhi. Then we have to purify our action. That is called karma suddhi. So we will see in brief the manosuddhi, vaksuddhi, and karma suddhi. Purification of manosuddhi, purification of human life begins with the purification of thoughts. Thoughts are the roots from which the tree of life grows. Words are its branches and action are its fruits. If roots are impure, tree is affected. To discipline speech, action, we have to purify the mind. Thought carry energy. When mind is with anger, greed, or jealousy, energy darkens our inner world and clouds our perception. So when mind is with compassion, love, it radiates light, harmony. So in a nutshell, pure thought is seed of peace, whereas impure thought is seed of suffering. So thus to watch our thoughts, to guard the doorway of destiny, purification of thought, manosuddhi is the first step towards transformation, the foundation upon which a balanced and awakened life is built. Next, we will speak about the Vaksuddhi, that is the purification of speech. Speech is the bridge between the inner world of thought and outer world of action. It is through words that unseen become visible, the unspoken becomes known, and the inner vibration of consciousness reach others. If a thought is a seed, then speech is the fragrance that spreads from it. But when words are careless, harsh, or untruthful, that fragrance turns into pollution, wounding others and disturbing our own inner peace. Jesus has said, it is not what enters the mouth that spoils a person, but which comes out of the mouth. So speech is the sacred energy, Vakshati. So when guided by the truth, compassion, and awareness, awareness, it becomes a force of healing. When driven by ego, it is a destruction weapon. So we have to practice speech discipline. For that, we have to speak only the truth. We have to speak only the kind. We have to speak only when necessary. So in Sanskrit, it is expressed as the trial of Satyam, which is truth, Priyam, which is pleasantness, and Hidam, which is benefits. That is, our speech should be good for all. So you purifying our speech is equal to aligning words with reality, love, and wisdom. So purifying our speech means aligning our words with reality, love, and wisdom. It is not enough to think rightly. Our words must carry the vibration of our higher self. So pyramid masters teach correct your words, not your actions. For our actions are the results of past tendencies, but our words are the present instrument of awareness. Through words, we can educate, elevate, and evolve both ourselves and others also. So speech discipline is the core practice of a transformation. It defines consciousness and brings harmony between thought and action. So we have to master Vaakshetram, the area where human and desire meet. Next, we will speak of the karma suddhi, that is the purification of action. Action is the final flowering of thought and speech. Whatever we think and speak, it manifests through our deeds. So field of action is a field of life itself. This is Kurukshetra, where our inner qualities, that is tamas, rajas, and sattva, express themselves through the behavior. Similar to the thought, speech purification, similar to thought and speech purification, our actions also to be purified. Our actions are reflection of our inner qualities, that is our gunas. So, for example, I will tell tamas person act in ignorance, whereas rajas person act for desire and reward. That's more greediness. Whereas sattva's person say they act with peace and clarity. So sattva's are transcends all the nirgunas, act effortlessly as a witness and with divine harmony. So therefore, judgment of others' action is ignorance. Each being acts according to the evolution. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is said all actions are performed by the qualities of nature, but the one deluded by ego thinks I am the doer. So our task is not to condemn action, but to act consciously, to perform every duty with awareness, without attachment to the result. This is the karma yoga, the yoga of selfless action. When action arises from clarity of thought and purity of speech, it becomes sacred service, seva. When it arises from confusion or desire, it binds us to suffering. The purification of action means act is equal to the act with awareness, not desire. We have to act with compassion, not judgment. We have to act in alignment with truth, not with ego. So, when thoughts are pure, words are truthful, and actions are selfless, life becomes a divine rhythm, a harmony between heaven and rhythm, between consciousness and creation. This is the perfection of the three fields, that is the field of thought, field of speech, field of action. So, to live consciously in these three areas is to realize the essence of life itself, which is the wisdom of three fields. This I have spoken about Vaakshetram 1. So, in a nutshell, we have to do our duty, then our sorrows will fade away and go away naturally. We have to do the selfless service and get jnana by experience. With the body, mind, and soul, we have to sacrifice to God. Beyond that, I also want to add one more thing. As per Bhagavad Gita, the nature of action is deep and varied. Some actions take us to the higher perfection. Others drive us to the lowest degradation. A human being alone has the choice of action, the choice to evolve to the height of spiritual enlightenment or devolve to the depth of moral decadence. All other creatures have a beaten path to tread. They have no choice of action. A carnivore lives a life of its own. So does a herbivore. They can never switch their mode of living, even at the peril of their own existence. So action symbolizes of life. So long as a person lives, he must act. The type of action performed differs from individual to individual. It depends upon the inherent cause that motivates the action. The root of action is the inherent nature. Every individual possesses a distinct and a separate nature of its own. So, so every action should be known, and forbidden action also should be known, and inaction should be known. The nature of action is impenetrable. This was told in the Bhagavad Gita. So this is about Vaakshetram 1. Vaakshetram 2 will speech on the speech as a creative energy, the origin of speech from silence to karma, the 4 stages of speech, that is transcendental, visionary, mental, and spoken, nature of Vaksuddhi, and the Satya. It tells about the Satya, the discipline of truth, Ahimsa, the discipline of non-violent speech, Mauna, the discipline of sacred silence, the synthesis of Satya, Ahimsa, Mauna, the source of true speech, and from word to deed, from manifestation of vak to action. It also Vaakshetram 2 tells about the Mauna, from intention to manifestation. So this we will deal in the next lecture about Vaakshetram 2. So in a nutshell, from truth arises silence, from silence arises peace, from peace arises the realization, which is self-realization. So to live by truth, we have to speak from the heart, and to act in the harmony, to rest in the eternal, and to rest in the eternal silence of the self. So so we have to practice almost silence every day, which epics our truth, true feelings. True feeling silence is the true feelings. This much I want to tell about the Vaakshetram. I thank our Guruji, Dr. Ranganathan sir, for giving me this opportunity. I thank our respected master, Master Logesh sir, for giving me this opportunity. I thank all masters for their passions hearing. I thank our great grandmaster Brahmarishi Pidamaga Dr. Batriji sir. I thank Ascended Master Mahavatar Babaji. I thank the universe. Thank you, sir. With this, I end, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the conversation, sir.